Hey, this is Bad Creepypasta. Today's story is The Kill Waker, link in the description. Shadow Wolf is not here because he had to go to the hospital to get his bum examined or something. So, without further ado, let's begin. The Wind Waker. It was the first Zelda game that I ever played, but I gave up on it when I got to the Forsaken Fortress and never played the game since.
Pansy.
But about 3 years ago, I thought I should give it a try.
You contradict yourself.
Yeah, sometimes in the next statement. So I went to my local GameStop, but they didn't have it. It was sad because I went to every store that sells games, and they all say they don't have it.
What, they don't have a GameCube game?
I'll tell you what, I'm loving the tense swap in the middle of a sentence. Then, about a week later, me and my dad went to a local garage sale. While he was looking for junk, I went to the kids section. And then I saw it. A black box with a label saying, The Wind Waker. I quickly grabbed it and went over to the person selling and asked, how much for the game? He said, please take it, please, I'll give it to you for free. That made me a bit sceptical.
Nothing ominous about that.
But I didn't really care, so I took his offer. When we got home, I turned on my Wii and put in the disc. I got a nostalgic feeling when it booted it up. Nostalgic for a game that only came out about 10 years ago. When I got to the title screen, I noticed a couple of things were off. First off, there wasn't any music or sound. Secondly, the sky was black. And lastly, the creepiest thing, and, oh my god, this is so bad. And lastly, the creepiest thing and the title said, The Kill Waker.
I wonder if there's something wrong with this.
It made me wonder, did the guy's kid hack it or something?
Wait, was that always the first?
It was the first thought. But I wanted to play it, so I pressed the start button. Everything was fine until I got to the part where Link's sister gets kidnapped. Link was to jump and Tetra would catch him, but she didn't. Link fell, and right before he hit the rock, the screen cut to black for 30 seconds. Stopwatch. Then I was at the scene where you meet the King of Red Lions, except he was red and black and had an evil, scary grin and said, Hello, Link. I'm sorry for what happened to you and your sister. I'm the King of Black Lions. Then I noticed Link. Just only then did I notice the protagonist.
What I've been doing all this time.
His clothes were black, his skin pale as the moon, and he seemed sad with blood and his face and arm. What?
He was sad. He was also carrying around some blood.
He seemed sad with blood and his face and arms. He continued, You must make that bitch that killed you pay, and that bird too. Take this instrument of death and make them suffer. Then I got the Kill Waker. There was no description. Then he said he needs a sail. Needed as fucking God. Everyone we read, they just don't know how to stick to a single tense. I went out and saw it was night. But it was pitch black with no stars. I noticed the NPCs were looking at me strangely, like they were scared. I tried to talk to them, but they would say nothing or scream. I went to the salesman with enough money, but he wouldn't sell it to me. I couldn't use the Waker for whatever reason. I targeted the salesman, then I could use it, so I did. Then the screen went to black and I heard a scream. It said, I got the sale, but when I looked at the salesman, his head was on the table, dead. I screamed about what happened, then go back to play. So I
screamed.
Oh,
this is so terrifying. That's what's happened next.
I was confused about what happened, so I tried it on the children. It went to black and I heard screams. Next they were laying on the ground with black eyes with tears of blood. How much longer do you think until he goes to the present tense again? As sick as it was, I continued to play. I went back to my boat and said to go to the location marked on the map. While I was sailing, I noticed something creepy. Link seemed happy after what happened. When I got to the location, I noticed it was Tetra's ship. When I got on board, the crew began to try to kill me. But Link used the Waker to kill them all. What I saw next was horrid. Everyone was killed in a sick way. One had a knife in the eye. Another was on fire with his left arm missing. Not bad enough that he was on fire.
My left arm. That's my doing other stuff arm.
And the others were even worse. That's my wanking hand. Then Tetra came to see what was going on. In a cutscene, Link used the Waker and it went to black. Then I saw Tetra ripped in half and Link kneeling over her. Then a message block said, I got Tetra's heart. When I went back to the boat, the King of Black Lions said, nice job. Now we must go to the bird. So I went to the fortress, because I'm actually still having to read it like this because he hasn't got rid of the quotation marks. It's like, let's go to the bird. So I went to the fortress. After getting the hammer, I was sent to the bird boss battle. After getting the mask. I'm not going to continue because I can't do a Scottish accent. The only thing I could do was use the waker. After I did, I saw the body with no head. It was a gory mess. There was blood everywhere and even on Link. Then his sister came and said, I hate you! I hate you! You killed all those people and the bird, you... Then, to my surprise, Link used the waker again. Errol screamed and fell. Link turned his head 180 degrees with an evil grin and said, they are all dead. Game over. It went to black. Then a message box said, you're next. To my horror, Link began to walk to my screen, slowly and laughing. I tried to turn off my Wii, but it wouldn't work. When I got to the screen, he screamed and it went off. That experience scarred me deep. I went back to the guy's house, but when I got there, I saw an old house. A jogger ran up to me and said no one has lived there for years. I went back home, got the game in its case, and buried it in my backyard, hoping I never see it again.
It's in your back garden, mate. You could just thrown it away.
Right. That sucked.
Yeah. So the ending is, when I went back there, he was already gone, and he had never been there. Didn't The Simpsons parody that once?
It's the same fucking shit in every one of these stories we read. It's just like, and I couldn't think of an ending, so I took it out and threw it away. There's five comments. That we're doing comments because the Creepypasta website, being so awesome, has got rid of the reviews. Okay, Yafudo43 said, not that bad, ...
Wrong.
Oh, bloody hell, this is probably bigger than...
the story itself.
This is certainly bigger than our video. Draco Skull 04 said, to be brutally honest, this creepypasta sucks. I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm not being harsh. From a story point, it is just crap. An English teacher could tell you that.
Yeah, they could also tell you one of the two things that you're saying.
First off, the whole I got the game at a mysterious garage sale has been done to bits. It's so dead that it came alive, died again, and turned into nothingness. Oh, that's a great metaphor. You turned the reader away from your work right there, and had he not listened to it by some ordinary gamers on YouTube, I would have clicked away, which I'm sure is what happens to everyone. Massive gap in between paragraphs. Now, story-wise, it's weak. Feeble. It's weak. Feeble. And just plain bad. First off, there is 0% build-up to the blood, gore, and death. That makes any reader go, yeah, okay, bye, and click away. You killed your own work in the first 4 sentences of the second paragraph. From there, you are literally digging a grave by... No, you are literally digging a grave by simply producing one gory death scene that lacks creativity after another at the reader's face. I love this guy's like, you are literally, insert metaphor. No one likes having dead bodies that are crappily mutilated being thrown at their faces. Presumably not. Following it up. This guy doesn't use any capital letters to start his sentences off either. Following it up, there isn't a real plot. Why kill Tetra? She literally did nothing to facilitate the bird's choice to take your sister. It would make more sense to pursue Ganon. Spelt wrong. After that, why is there no build-up to Link's fall of evil? He just becomes evil after falling into water and dying. Your work is lacking the beefs. It is beefless. Somebody replied to that. I can't finish reading that review because it's so horrible, but someone replied just by saying, hey, Draco Skull 04, it seems you are new to this whole criticising thing, so let me give you some advice. Proofread your stuff and go take some of those English classes you mentioned so you can write a proper, in inverted commas, review. Okay, thanks, bye. Right, yes. Everybody click on Hellsgennard's profile and just do whatever you can to make this person the most popular person on Creepypasta because they're fucking awesome. So, that is The Killwaker, and I thought it was a masterpiece of modern literature.
Truly. Up there with the greats like Shakespeare.
Yeah, with
Phantoms.
Up there with up there with the absolute masterpieces, Chaucer, Shakespeare.
Dean Koontz.
That guy who wrote Sonic.exe.
God, I hate Dean Koontz.
Fuck Dean Koontz.